Well, cheers, brother. Thank you for coming on.
Cheers, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I needed a beer after today, too.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, just my son was tripping.
Oh, no.
No, he woke up at 2 a.m. and I just
geez.
stayed up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so dealt
Parts
with
of
that,
having a kid.
Yeah.
How old's your son?
He'll be 5 on Sunday.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if this is incorrect, but does your son have autism?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Wow. My little brother has autism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like 7 or 8. I think he'll turn 8 like next month.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen him on my Instagram and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'll post about him every once in a while, but
Nice.
yeah, it's been an interesting journey. Definitely has its own, fair share of challenges. It's kind of funny. Like I spent my whole childhood with a mother that taught special needs.
Wow.
Right? So we always had like special needs people, around our family. My mom worked with families. So
Yeah.
they would come to like events with us or whatever. My mom's always been engulfed in that. And then I worked with special needs kids from when I was like 18 to 24.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, my sister works for a company for the state, and my girlfriend Amanda works for a nonprofit autism
Interesting.
company too. So it was like
We
weren't expecting to have it happen to us, but
Yeah, you're already so in the mix. That is super interesting. When I was in high school, I was part of this program that would I'd be like a teacher's aide for the special needs kid at my school, and I always had this weird inclination that there would be something in my life involved with it. And then my little brother is autistic now, so that was an interesting thing.
Yeah, dude, it's God has a sense of humor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was telling Amanda, my girlfriend, the other day, I was like, if I had a typical kid, like with my background, what I used to do working with special needs, and then I work with juvenile delinquents too.
Yeah.
So like, I know how to handle kids. I taught Jiu Jitsu for kids too. So
Yeah.
it's like it would have been too easy. We needed a challenge.
Needed a big
so that's why
challenge.
that's why we got Warren, and he's great, dude, and he's funny, and
That's awesome.
just the kid cracks me up every day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So my little brother Soul, he's like nonverbal. He's really good. He understands everything you're saying to him, but he's not very good at communicating. Can Warren like speak?
Yeah, he talks. He didn't talk until he's about 3, and then his speech has just been gradually more and more. The issue is he's super intelligent and he can talk. He just doesn't want to.
He'll refuse to.
He's
sometimes.
just lazy.
Oh,
like if you ask him to say something, he'll say it, but he'll like say it as fast as he can. Like
Yeah,
you know
he's
what I mean?
just
Like, say bye. Like
Yeah.
he just wants to he just wants to get it
He's
over
just
with.
trying to please you.
And he likes to do his own thing.
Yeah.
He's in his own world. But dude, it's crazy, man. We took him to Odyssey right down the road.
Yeah.
A couple of days ago.
It's like it's almost like SeaWorld type place, but
yeah.
it's like indoors and
I've
fish
been
place.
there at work. We run calls there all the time.
Oh,
It's like-
really?
yeah. But I've
people
never
get fucked
never-
up or jump in the aquarium.
Just like old people when they get done. I think it was like too much for them. And they like end up, having something happen in the gift shop with their heart or like twist an ankle or
That's
something.
the common thing? Wow.
It's a lot of nonsense.
Huh.
But anyways, he's like super into animals and sea life and a ton of just that realm. So we took him there and it was a really good time, but he started going up to these displays and they have the placards on the wall, and he just starts reeling off. I mean, he's 4, so almost 5. He started reeling off the names of all the fishes.
Wow.
And we're like, is that what
the
that
name?
is? And we go and look on the placard, and he was naming them off before he even saw that.
Wow.
He knew them from the shows
Memory.
he watches, the books he reads. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
So he's really intelligent. He definitely remembers things. He surprises me every day.
Yeah, that's really cool. He's 5 years old now?
Yeah.
Do you plan to
he'll be
have-
5 on Sunday.
Wow. Do you plan to have more kids?
Yeah, we want more kids. We probably would have had more already, but
A lot of challenges
yeah,
associated with that.
you don't expect that, and then just trying to make
When
sure
do
he
you
has.
when do you first figured it out, or when did you first figure it out?
So around 2, we took him to like a Kinderbugs daycare, and that was supposed to be like his first introduction to because he's a COVID kid.
Oh, okay,
So,
interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
when COVID started, he was like a year and a half old. Right, so
Yeah.
we're like, oh, he's antisocial because he hasn't been around kids.
Yeah.
Or, like he's not talking because he's been, locked in the house for a few months.
Sure.
So we're trying to get him acclimated with other kids, and they kicked him out the first day.
Oh no, really?
He just wasn't. He didn't fit in their curriculum and their plan. He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, like I said, Amanda works in the field, so you just see little things. And I worked in the field, and I see little things.
Right. Was I able to identify it?
Yeah, and we got him diagnosed like super early, which is like the biggest thing for kids that have autism, is to get them the help they need as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got him rocking and rolling. He's just been improving ever since. He's interesting, but
nice. That's awesome.
Keeps me on my toes for sure.
Yeah, my little brother was the same. So my little brother also started in like a normal school, and then he was like, he's, fairly, I don't know, he's nonverbal. He like will throw fits and stuff, and so we had to switch him to like a school for autism.
Yeah, and that's the route most of the time.
Yeah.
Warren's in preschool this year. So the way that they do it, the school district he's in, is they do like basically like a combined class with like typical kids and special needs kids, hoping that the special needs kids will pick up on the typical kids' behavior and kind of imitate it, or like learn how to, behave socially from that influence. So he's doing that right now, and he's at a new school. He was at a different school for 2 years. He just got moved over. They like shut down the school he was at before, but it's all within the city, the school he goes to. But yeah, I get him ready in the morning and drop him off every day, and just do my dad thing right now.
Nice, that's cool.
Trying to balance everything I got going on.
I feel yeah. Are you gonna get him into jiu-jitsu?
He has a gi, custom aggro gi
Nice.
with his name on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
Man, that's been a tough deal for me. When you have a kid, first thing, like if I was having a boy, I was like, oh, he's going to be the sickest wrestler ever,
Yeah.
And it's like,
wrestling from 2 years old.
Yeah. And like if he was typical, I would have already had him. Like he would have been, this kid would have been a monster already,
Yeah.
But he's his own thing, and I don't think he has like I don't think he's able at this point in time to
maybe follow direction in a class.
Follow direction to be a member of a class and like pick it up or even understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So we got to find stuff for him. So he's like really, really good at swimming. So we're getting him into like a swim team.
Oh, wow, nice. That's pretty cool.
And I think that'll be good for him. I mean, he's really gifted at swimming, and then he has tremendous balance.
Wow.
Like it's nuts. Actually, like the things he balances on. There's this. I don't know if you've ever been to like a trampoline park.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have like the rolling pin that you go across.
Oh yeah, sure.
And you see adults and kids, they can't get across it halfway, even they fall over. The thing's rolling, they're trying to balance. Dude, he literally, it took him one day like 10 times, walked across perfectly, got all the way across, came right back, boom, back and forth. And
He's
all the
like
other
a cat.
kids, he is, he's nimble. And all the other kids like were looking at me and they're like, how the heck did he do that? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, it's his balance is good. So maybe like gymnastics.
That could be legit. That's one thing that I wish I would have gotten into at a younger age, being able to do it's like good for every sport. Just control the body, being able to do backflips and, all sorts of shit like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think, for my next kid too, definitely gymnastics will be something early on that we put him in. And we'll see.
Have you ever tried a slack rope? Or slackline?
No, but I would actually.
That'd be maybe something pretty legit for him.
Yeah, he would probably like that.
Yeah, he'd probably like that a lot. Because you could just go to a park and tie it to 2 trees and basically do it anywhere.
Yeah, because he's climbing on everything in the house. And
yeah.
Dude, the kid's all over the place, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's cool. Yeah. When did you first get into jiu-jitsu or wrestling? So did you do wrestling first?
Yeah. I had a cousin that was a wrestler, good wrestler. And I watched him do it. When I was in 7th grade, I played basketball, like growing up, but I was like the smallest kid in my grade every year. I mean, I was super small, short, like way smaller than all the other kids.
Yeah, and I was also very small growing up.
Okay,
I was like
I was
4'11" going into freshman year of high school.
Yeah, so me too.
Oh wow.
So I was the smallest kid in my grade my whole life until I was probably like a senior.
Oh wow.
Maybe a junior. I was tiny, dude. So I didn't make the basketball team. And the coach was like, hey, you're pretty good. And I come from like a basketball family. Like my sister played college ball. My cousins play college ball.
Oh, really?
Everybody played basketball.
Is your family tall? You just happen to be short?
On my mom's side, they're tall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is your mom tall?
No.
No,
No,
just maybe her dad and like her brothers.
Her dad and her brothers.
Oh, okay, nice.
So,
like how tall? Are we talking like 6'6"?
Yeah, like my three cousins. One of my uncles is like probably 6'5", 6'6", and then his three boys are all like they all played like D1 basketball.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're super tall. But
what the fuck? We just got the short end of the stick.
But you know,
I was always hoping at least 6 foot.
Yeah, well, I'm just south.
Okay, you're a little bit taller than me.
If I have the right shoes on, dude, if I have the right shoes on, I can hit 6 foot, man.
Nice. I lived my whole life thinking I was 5'10", and then me and my buddy like actually whipped out the measuring stick one time or the measuring tape. We put it in the thing. I'm fucking 5'9".
Oh, dude, you can just embellish and stuff, you know.
I'm like when I stretch, I'm 5'10".
Good posture.
Exactly.
J-Rod saw me. Where were we at? I just seen him like last week or whatever. He's like, you look tall.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your event?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's the shoes, bro.
Some nice shoes will give you a little extra.
They gave me that little lift I needed, right?
Exactly.
So the coach, he was like, hey, like you're good, but you know, you're 4'9".
Yeah.
So I'll bring you on the team, but you're gonna be like the team manager. And for me, I was just pretty much like, fuck you.
Yeah. The team manager, that means you're not part of the team.
Yeah. So I left.
Like water boy.
I like walked out of the locker room and wrestling practice was going on. And I was like, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
My cousin wrestled, so I was like, all right, let me see what's up. So I walked in and I told the coach, I was like, hey, I didn't make basketball. I need something to do. And I started wrestling. And I was not good at first.
Yeah.
At all.
Has to be expected.
No, at all. Like I didn't even understand the rules.
Oh, okay.
Like I was just going in there and fucking off.
Yeah.
That's 7th grade, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, my first year I wrestled like junior high, JV, like kind of fucking around, really not caring. I joked around when I was a kid a lot. Like I was kind of like a class clown goofball type kid. Like I just didn't take it seriously. Anyways, the next year I made varsity. Kind of started figuring things out. And when I started...
is this like varsity for a high school or varsity
for junior high?
Okay, wow.
So my team that year was really good. We won like the state tournament we went to. It was a stacked team. Anyways, I started that year 0-8. Right? So I was losing all these matches like barely. And I was fired up, dude.
Yeah.
Like I was I was like at one point just so defeated, and my coach was just like, dude, like you're right there, like you're gonna figure it out. So 0-8, get my ass kicked, like not winning, and like you know you're a kid, you have to go back to school. Everyone's like, do you win? It's like no, you know. So now your friends are like, you suck, this and that. So I think it just really fired me up. Plus, like
that's good. It fired you up. A lot of people are just like, yeah, no, it's not for me.
Oh, see, and that's the one thing. Like, if you ever count me out, I'm always gonna come back, right?
Nice.
So, anyways, I was just like trying to get better, and then towards the end of the season, I think I reeled off like 10 wins in a row.
Wow, nice.
And I ended up like I think I got second in the in a conference, and then I got third at the state tournament.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Placing at state is like huge.
Right, and I lost my first match at state. Right, and there's I don't know, 40, 50 schools there.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Is it double elimination?
Yeah,
so that means you lose your first, and that means you got to win.
I worked my way all the way back to third place, and the kid that I lost to the first match, I beat him in double overtime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
nice.
And he was a really good wrestler. Like, he was one of the better guys that I had beaten, like, up to that point.
Nice.
And, you know, a lot of these kids have been wrestling since they were kids.
Yeah.
And I only started wrestling when I was, like, 11 or 12. So that kind of set the tone for me. And then from there on out, it was just, like, you know, once I started having success, and then I always loved wrestling. Like from when I started, it was like something I was like really drawn to. Like,
nice.
I'm a nerd. When it comes to wrestling, like I really think it's the greatest sport in the world. Like, I think it's a better sport than Jiu Jitsu. I geek out on it. Like I can go to a wrestling tournament, even like a high school level tournament, as long as it's a good tournament and there's good wrestlers. I can sit and watch wrestling all day. Like I love the technique. I love the strategy. I love everything about it. And I've always been like that.
Wow.
Like a real student of the game, you know?
Yeah.
So, I started getting pretty good at wrestling, and then I took that into high school and just, you know, started wrestling all year round from there on out.
Wow.
With the goal of winning the state championship.
Nice. So you wrestled all 4 years of high school, and then you just got into jiu-jitsu after high school?
Yeah. I wrestled in high school. 2005, I was a sophomore. My team won state. So I was lucky to be on good teams, to be around good people, like good, like D2.
Are you from Arizona?
Yeah.
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 Oh, nice. Where'd you go to high school?
Gilbert.
Oh, wow.
At Highland and Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Is that where you grew up, in Gilbert area?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Bell Vista Lakes was the community I grew up growing up. If you know where that's at, like off Bell Vista and Baseline.
Yeah. Yes, I know where it is.
Yeah. So that's where I grew up. It's a cool little spot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona's got a lot of cool little cities.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, I had like a little bit of a gap in between wrestling and
Starting jiu-jitsu?
jiu-jitsu, yeah.
So you were one of those jiu-jitsu white belts that comes in fucking 7 years of grappling experience,
Yeah.
just like tearing apart blue belts, and
Yep.
everyone's like, what the fuck is this white belt doing?
Well, and the thing too, I was like, I dabbled in grappling here and there, so I was like,
Grappling meaning like more than just wrestling.
yeah, so I was going to wrestle at a D2 program coming out of high school. I had actually been training with the team in the summer. I fizzled out. I had a girlfriend. It was in Phoenix. She was in Gilbert. I was just like, I don't
Took
know.
away your time.
Yeah, I think I was just being a little bitch. So I didn't wrestle there. And then after like a year of fucking around with my friends, like, no, I mean, you go from being disciplined, wrestling all year round, and then you're like a normal kid.
Yeah.
It's like, what do? I don't
Yeah.
know, fucking party? Let's
Yeah.
do it. We've never done it before. So like
Yeah.
me and all my friends, we were all wrestlers that were like, dude, we didn't drink until like the month we graduated from high school.
Wow.
Like we were just like,
Yeah.
we had a goal and like that, and then there was like life after.
Wow.
And it went to
Interesting.
our heads a little bit. And yeah, we partied pretty hard for like that whole year. Got into some stupid shit. And then after like a year of fucking off, I was like, dude, like I need wrestling back in my life. Like I need direction. I feel
Nice.
like a piece of shit. So me and my two best friends, we moved down to Tucson. There's a JUCO program down there we're going to wrestle at. That like turned into a club team, and then they like cut it. So there was no program. So now we're just in Tucson, and ended up fucking around for another year.
Yeah.
So, 17, 18, I think I'm 19 now. But when I lived in Tucson, I started training at Boxing Inc.
Boxing there?
It was
was it
like
like
an
an MMA
it was like an
gym?
MMA gym, like Dominic Cruz. Everything originally came from that spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I wasn't dedicated. I was partying and then just popping in there. Like I think I bought like 3 or 4 months up front, and then I would go like once or twice a week.
Ah.
But I learned like the basics there,
Yeah.
Anyways, it wasn't until I came back from Tucson that I stumbled upon like jiu-jitsu, like in the gi, and then the rest from there is history. Once I got back, it was like my whole thing.
Yeah. You let rest of your life.
Yeah.
Here we are. Did you start training at Gustavo's first from there?
No, it was Pedro Diaz, who's like black belt under Gustavo, had a gym called Tiger's Lair, and it was right across the street from my house.
Well, that's
Where I
convenient.
lived at in Gilbert, yeah. And I just stumbled upon it. Like it was in like a little like VF factory shopping mall. And I think I was like shopping one day and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mats? Okay.
Jiu-jitsu gym here, massage parlor right next to it.
Yeah, it was, dude, they had
The
like
standard.
a little fucking like essential oil spot and like a place that showed, remember those shirts, Big Dog?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, wait. I would like it's like a pull, like not a pit bull, but like a bulldog on
It's
it.
like a dog, and they have like little like slogans on them and stuff.
Yeah.
They had like a store dedicated to selling those shirts. It's still there to this day.
Oh,
but
wow.
It's kind of a ridiculous little mall.
Wow, they must do well if they are able to stay in business
It's like
as long.
it's like an East Mesa thing, like where all the old people live. They keep those places going.
Interesting.
But anyways, it was a nice gym, and I didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu and the gi. I didn't even know that was a sport. Up until then, I was like, okay. So I went in there and I started training, and like I would not put on the gi at all.
Just straight no
And
gi.
like the owner was like cool with it. And then there's a tournament coming up, and he was like, "Do you want to compete?" I was like, "Yeah, why not? Sure." It's like, "All right, we got to wear one of these." So he had some at the at the gym, some Fujikis that he had like in stock. So I signed up for the tournament, popped the tags off the gi, and just got after it.
Wow. So you competed gi your first tournament.
Yeah. It was one of Gustavo's tournaments. Made it all the way to the finals. I got guillotined in the finals by Danny Hilton. I don't know if you know him.
I don't think I do.
It's like a MMA fighter. I guess from my era. He was from Prescott.
Huh, interesting. Your era's still alive, baby. We're
know,
still
right?
out here getting after it.
I know, right?
Yeah. You still compete very regularly. That's an awesome thing.
Yeah, man. Trying to. I mean, this is probably my last year.
You think so?
Yeah,
You gonna hang it up after this?
I think so, dude.
What is the reason? Just like too many like body injuries, or just not feeling good about it, or
There's a lot, dude.
yeah,
You know, whether it's like stuff in my personal life or my professional life, like you know, these guys that I'm competing against are all
full time.
jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah, this is their entire life.
You know, I have a job and a family, and I still train a lot and I mean,
Yeah.
my job gives me a lot of time off work.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
I'm
freedom
able-
to do that.
Yeah, like I only work 10 days a month, so
That's pretty cool because you're a firefighter.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
So you do like 48. Like, is it like 2 on, 3 off type
2
things?
on, 4 off.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Huh,
and it's
that's
nice
pretty
too
cool.
because at work I can get all my like strength and conditioning done.
At
So,
work?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I get paid to work out at my
Nice.
job. So
That's
we have
not
a
bad.
dope, we have a dope gym. We have mats there too. My buddy on my crew is a purple belt. Well, 10-year purple belt.
Yeah.
You might know him. He trained at Gustavo's like back when you trained at Gustavo's.
Oh really?
His name's Aaron Morales.
You know, maybe if I saw him, I'd recognize him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm so bad with names.
He trains at Aries North Phoenix now, I think, but he like dabbles. He doesn't train a whole lot.
Gotcha.
I always joke that I'm going to promote him at the station or brown belt because when he first
Yeah.
moved here in like 2000, I think like 15 or 14, he's a purple belt and he's still a purple belt, like 4 stripes.
Yeah. That's just how it goes sometimes. But you train with him fairly regularly? Or 2 days a week, maybe?
At work, we usually like lift and do like strength and conditioning or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I get after it at work pretty good.
Nice.
So it's nice
That's
to
good.
have that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that, you know, it's never one thing. Injuries pile up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 34 now. I've never done a Masters tournament. I just keep competing at adult.
Yeah.
But
That's how I feel too. You said you're 34?
yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just like one of those things where at some point, you know, like I'm getting PRP done on my shoulder right now for a torn labrum.
Yeah, you told me about
And I've
that.
been dealing with that for 2 years. So just not being able to like, I mean, I know everyone's got injuries and stuff when they compete, but I just, if I could be able to put in a full camp for something and be healthy and then be able to compete, that'd be really nice. you
Yeah.
know? And I had a pretty major surgery in 2020. So we're talking, I'm 31. I had a major surgery and I came back and I've been doing my thing since. So
What was the major surgery? On your shoulder?
kind of, yeah. I had a thoracic outlet syndrome. So you have a first rib, right by your collarbone. So
okay.
mine got compressed on a vein, and it like pinched that vein off and it beat the fuck out of the vein.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had like 4 blood clots going down my arm.
Oh, wow.
My arm exploded. It was when I fought John Combs at Fight to Win, like the first fight to win outside of COVID. So yeah, I had that going on. They took out the rib. That's what that scar is right there.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yeah, I took a whole rib out and then got rid of those blood clots, and then Greg got me back to
Nice.
healthy. And
Greg is the man.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I would not be able to do anything I'm doing without Greg.
Yeah.
He knows that too, and I always try to, you know, bring him up when I go on like podcasts or
Yeah.
whatever, just to kind of show like my gratitude. But like
Dude,
he
the man.
does a ton for me, man.
Greg at Control Physical Therapy.
Yeah.
Absolutely the man. Hit him up on Instagram.
Dude, if you do jiu-jitsu, you're going to get hurt.
Yep.
That's the reality of it. And when that happens, you're going to need to go get rehabbed, and there's no better person to go to than Greg.
He's the man.
He's got the mats in there. It's clean.
He's got jujitsu mats in his thing.
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, it's
and he just knows exactly how to rehab these jiu-jitsu injuries. Like, it just, the guy's on top of it.
Well, that's it. Like, typically, you'll go to a doctor and you're like, well, I'm competing at this sport. It's jujitsu. People are cranking on my arms, fucking on my legs, twisting my ankles. And I've got this injury from this sport. And the doctor's like, well, first thing you need to do is stop doing that.
Yep.
Greg is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. That's not part of his healing process. He'll try to, obviously there's steps to it. If you can't train at all, he'll take you through those first steps of just initially healing. But then, like for me, I tore my groin like earlier this year.
Yeah, I remember
and,
that.
Yeah, and like when I was first starting to train back, like knee cutting was difficult for me. So like what we did was just like I would knee cut on him like a bunch of times and see like where exactly it was hurting and at what points. And then he put me in particular workouts that helped build strength in that position. So
Yeah, it's so complex, you know, rehabbing an athlete back to full strength. And like, I mean, dude, without him, I wouldn't have been able to do any of the competitions I've been doing over the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
He's really just been the reason why I've been able to keep going. He keeps putting my body back together time and time again. Like
Nice.
every time I go to him, I'm like, it's like, would you break this time? I'm like, I got this thing on my knee. It's
Yeah.
like, all right.
I feel you.
But
So just maybe like a compilation of everything. It's just all building up. You think maybe this is the last day. So you're going to finish out the year? Do you have a set date that you're going to stop competing? Or
You
you're
know-
just feeling like we're coming towards the end?
it's tough when, dude, I've been doing this for 14 years.
Competing?
You know, yeah. And
Wow.
you know, you have goals. And I set my goals high. You
Of
know,
course.
and I've gotten really close to accomplishing them a few times, like at the highest level. Like, but I guess just aging as an athlete is like a sad thing.
It is.
and you know, for me, I mean, where are we at? Over 20 years of competition. You know, you have goals and you want to accomplish them, and that window's closing. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm not getting any younger, so yeah. With just everything going on, and then me wanting to open up my own academy, it's just realistically, it's like I might have to do my thing for now, and then you know switch gears. But definitely, like I wanted to do the East Coast trial, but this thing on my shoulder is gonna keep me out of that, which is unfortunate. But I got that event coming up in November. I think I'll be ready to go for main character Jiu Jitsu in Austin, Texas.
Nice.
It's a stacked card. Like super. I don't know if you've seen.
I haven't seen it
It's
yet.
stacked, dude. Like
Wow.
PJ Barch is on there.
Nice.
Hunter Colvin's on there. Wagner Rocha's son's on there. Ryan Atkins on there. There's like some legit dudes. It's a
Nice.
185 and under bracket.
Oh,
So,
wow. That's
yeah.
cool. You're competing on that?
Yeah, November 12th in Austin.
Wow. Good for you.
So yeah, I got that coming up, and then obviously like the West Coast trials. That might be my last hurrah to see if I can make it happen. So,
What weight do you usually compete at? It's 77 kilos, right?
Yeah.
Like the 77 kilos full at trials. Did you sign up?
No, I'm not doing East Coast.
Oh, West Coast trials.
Yeah, I'm talking about West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
When
might,
is that happening?
that will be I don't know, like sometime in the spring.
Oh,
2024.
Oh, okay, in the coming year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Maybe I'll sign up for that as well. I would like to sign up as soon as it comes up. I was going to sign up for East Coast trials too, but 77 kilo filled up.
It filled up first.
It filled up first.
It's
It's
so
crazy.
stacked. It's so
254 competitors in one bracket.
Yeah, and
It's
like
8 matches till
Oh,
gold.
probably more than half of those guys have no business competing in them.
Probably. Yeah, but regardless, it's a match and you got to get through it. And no matter what, like sometimes there's some tough motherfucker blue belts out there
Oh, yeah.
that just like give you problems and, you know, just if at the very least, you know, tire you out.
Yeah.
So, and once you get to, you know, third matching up, it's mostly
It's
that's
dogs.
weeded out. Yeah.
It's the dogs after
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's such a deep talent
Yeah.
pool nowadays.
It
too.
is. It is. I heard something. I heard Mo post something for like ADCC Denver that there was. I don't. This isn't maybe exactly it, but he said that something like athletes from 45 different states were at Denver, ADCC
crazy.
Denver. So a depth of talent, an absolute depth.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a good thing with the ADCC Opens.
So cool.
You know, I've done
so glad that he's opened that.
2 of them now. I did Dallas and I did Phoenix. And they were
Nice.
cool,
That's cool.
so-
Yeah, me too. I did Phoenix and I did Chicago. I was gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was planning on, or I was training to do Costa Mesa, the very first one, but I tore my
Your
groin
groin.
4 days before. Just how it goes. I swear, like I feel, maybe it is, you know, maybe turning 30 or something. I got my first injury last year. It was actually the staph infection that had to be cut out.
Yeah.
And so that put me out 6 months, but mostly
Fuck.
because like shitty doctor work. And because like the infection was like kind of closer to my knee along my shin, and they cut like right above my ankle and then like dug upwards. And so I have this scar that's just gnarly.
I know.
And
I fucking hit you up when I had my staph infection. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to get ahead of this because
Yeah.
I know I remember you dealing with that, dude.
Yeah.
That was rough.
I know way too much about staph infections, or way more than I would like to know.
Yeah.
But that put me out for 6 months, and then since then I fucking tore my groin. I like fucked up my ankle this last one, a bunch of little injuries that, you know, everyone deals with. But it feels like it's like nonstop since then. It's crazy.
It's not going to get any better, dude.
I don't know. Maybe there's something that we could do. Maybe do like
the
stem
PRP
cells or
right
something.
now, I'm hoping that works. But yeah, stem
Steroids.
cells are wow.
Steroids. That's
I couldn't even do it if I wanted to.
Oh, really? Why?
That vein I have is diseased, so it's like fucked up. And
If you pump something through your veins, it's like
my blood,
high risk.
So like even like, which kind of sucks. Like I don't need tests right now. Like my test levels are high. I got them checked last year. They're like super high for my age.
Nice, good for
which
you.
is good. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. But
She's like, these are way too high.
yeah, they're like, you're not already on testosterone replacement. I'm like, no, I just eat clean and do the right things, or maybe it's just genetic. I don't know.
Nice. That's always great to hear.
Yeah, I mean, even if I wanted to down the road, if my blood gets thickened, like I will clot because that vein's fucked up. So like I couldn't even take steroids. if I
High
wanted
risk.
to.
Wow.
Yeah. Can't even take tests.
That sucks. You know, I was thinking like maybe in my mid 40s is what I would maybe take testosterone or something, but I don't think I'd ever do anything before then.
No, you don't want to fuck with like your natural production
Nah.
right now, especially like I know you do the same thing. Like you eat pretty clean and like,
Yeah, I try
do
to.
the right thing. So
Yeah.
just let your body do its thing for
Yeah.
now. Like I have friends that are like, their levels are super low. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday who's like 2 or 3 years younger than me, and I guess his levels were like 230. You know what I mean? So like,
Which
yeah,
like average is like 700 or 8 for free testosterone, right?
yeah, for like a 30-year-old dude, like you should probably be like in the 6s and 7s, right?
Okay, yeah.
I don't. I'm not Andrew Huberman. Don't
Yeah.
don't quote me on that. But like, you definitely should be higher than that. So
Yeah.
like guys that take it that need it, like I don't care about that. Like I know like I can imagine if my test levels were low and like energy levels and then like that starts affecting like how much muscle you can put on or how much you can train. Like
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah, it does suck.
So
Yeah, it fucks with your sleep, fucks with your like libido.
dude,
all of
everything,
that.
man.
Yeah,
You're
I
all
could
out of
imagine.
whack, dude.
That sucks. Yeah, you mentioned like I do it like try to keep a pretty healthy diet. That's mostly like what I'll post on Instagram. But I fucking oscillate between like super healthy and extremely unhealthy. And I think part of it almost goes back to what you were saying about you had this very strict lifestyle throughout high school, staying in wrestling, and then wrestling was gone, and then you didn't know what to do. You kind of went hard the other way. I feel like that's sort of what my diet does because of jiu-jitsu. I'll prepare for a tournament. I'll remain extremely strict throughout my diet, like leading up to it, and then the tournament happens. Afterwards, I'm fucking eating pizza, pasta, whiskeys, all of it, and then I'll go hard the other direction. And
it's being able to enjoy that small part and then cut it off at a certain point.
yes, yeah, not dive too far.
Yeah, you got to cut
that
it off.
direction.
Like it gets slippery slope.
Yeah.
I guess for me personally, like dealing with that kind of stuff, dude, I have like a really bad stomach. I have gastrointestinal issues. Like I have acid reflux. I have GERD. I've had stomach ulcers before, which I think stems from me cutting a ton of weight when I was a kid.
Ooh, could be.
Yeah, like I used to binge eat.
Afterwards.
Oh, dude, like my
Yeah.
whole high school was just binge eating, you know. And I wrestled year round, so I was binge eating year round. But I think once I started jiu-jitsu, I just really started like eating healthy and just like being disciplined with that, and a lot of other things too. But
Maybe you're just becoming more of an adult too.
yeah,
at that time.
I mean, I just don't like feeling like nauseous or sick from eating like crap. I like how I feel.
Yeah.
Like I like feeling optimal. And I know what foods I need to eat to feel like my optimal like level,
Yeah.
and a lot of that's just like meat and fruit.
Yeah.
Like if I can just like have like good steak and good fruit every day, I can eat as much as I want.
Yeah.
I feel good. I stay shredded,
Yeah.
and like I just feel how I should feel.
That is
and then
good.
when I
Yeah.
steer away from that and start eating junk, I hate that. Like, and it could be mental, but I just feel like lethargic and slow and like
Part of it's mental, but part of it is like sometimes I'll go and eat like a fat sandwich for lunch during work, and I'll just like want to take a nap afterwards. Like I don't even want to like go back to work.
I'm 34 now. I know what stuff is gonna like make me feel sick or what stuff's not gonna make me feel good. And I just stay away from it.
Yeah.
Like my chick made like pasta last night with like chicken sausage, and I got done teaching jiu-jitsu, and she's so great because she has food waiting for me when I get home from jiu-jitsu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
nice.
awesome. She makes like a whole little menu for the week.
Nice.
But I like saw it because she has like a page for her food on Instagram, and I was in the parking lot before I left jiu-jitsu, and I saw the sausage, and like no matter what type of sausage it is, it will give me heartburn.
Oh wow.
So I like called her. I was like, "Hey, I love you. I really appreciate you making me dinner, but is there any way you could like just make like a couple like ground beef meatballs for me before I get home because the sausage is gonna destroy me.
Yeah.
So she did that, and I was able to like eat it and be fine. But like, yeah,
Nice.
I know exactly what not to eat. Just trial and error over the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I try to stay as healthy as I can, but I fucking love some Cane's. I love some like In-N-Out or something. When
In-N-Out isn't too bad.
yeah,
It's a pretty clean burger. You know,
yeah, it's still a burger though.
I don't think ground beef's not that bad for you, right?
Yeah, but you think it's like the bread and like the
Yeah, I mean, you can get a protein
French
style.
fries.
Yeah, the French fries will do it for
animal
sure.
style.
Oh, yeah.
extra cheese.
Yeah, no.
milkshake.
It all depends on how you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
do it for you. Cane's is good.
I do love it.
That gravy's solid.
Yeah,
But that will fuck me up. I'll get heartburn from Cane's. That like peppercorn sauce they have.
yeah.
That'll
Oh,
give me
it's so
heartburn.
fucking
100%.
good. It's mostly mayo.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's mayonnaise. Mostly mayonnaise.
Dude, when I went to Euros in like 2016 or 17, might have been 17, I was in Portugal for like, I don't know, a week or whatever. And I just like was craving American food when I got back. So like, my travel on the way back was so fucking long. You know, like I had to stop in New York and then like, you know, just connecting flights. When I got back to Arizona, Amanda picked me up from the airport. I was like, take me to Cane's right now. Like that was like the first thing I wanted. And I crushed 2 box meals.
Oh, nice.
I was so hungry.
Yeah.
Like, and I think I like slept for like 12 hours after that too.
Oh wow, they're so good. The toast, Texas toast, butter on both sides.
Yeah, you got to make a little sandwich out of it.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
You do that?
Oh, with the
toast?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow,
You
never
have to
tried
do
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Put the bread.
Yeah.
Break the bread in half.
Rip it in half.
And
Throw a
then the
little.
chicken in the middle, and then a couple fries in there with the sauce.
Dip that in the sauce.
Yeah, it's solid.
Wow, that's the move, maybe. I never tried that before.
Dude, if I'm gonna cheat, like, I don't know when I say cheat, like if I'm gonna eat something that's not like good for me,
Yeah,
I'm
healthy.
going like
Going hard.
New York style legit pizza.
Me as well. Oh, New York. Oh, that's like your go-to.
Yeah,
That's
like a New
your,
York style
That's
pizza.
your poison.
Yeah.
New York style pizza. Is that like thin crust type thing or?
Like anything you'd see on like Dave Portnoy's pizza review, that style pizza.
Yeah, okay, like
the
his-
good crispy
his kinda go-to.
undercarriage and fold it. Yeah, that's my
Nice.
jam right there.
Oh, really? See, I like the thick crust, like Sicilian
So you
style
like
pizza.
like more like the Chicago deep dish style.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's my go-to.
I like them floppy and then like dude, little grease dripping off
Ooh,
of it.
that is nice. I do like that as well.
Yeah.
I love bread.
Yeah,
So
bread's
good.
fucking good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. So you have plans to switching gears a little bit. You have like plans to open up a jiu-jitsu gym?
Yeah. I was hoping it would have been already done by now, but with
Life gets in the way.
life gets in the way, and then like with my job, I need somebody to run it when I'm not
Need a
there.
co-partner.
So, yeah, just finding the right person for that, and then
It's a big decision to make.
dude, I got like business plan done, a dope logo, a dope name.
Nice. Can you drop the name?
I have an area.
Can you tell me?
I kind of want to wait. I'm gonna wait
Make
and
the
then
special release.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to do like a little like a cool thing with it. But it's
Nice.
a cool name. It's a cool logo. Eddie from Agro Brand made the logo for me. And,
Nice.
Like really incorporated like things that I like into it. And
Nice.
It's just, you know, I'm an Arizona kid like through and through, and I like representing my state, so it's got like a little bit of like an Arizona theme to it.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, and I want to have it in my hometown in Gilbert, so that's where I plan to open my academy, like the Gilbert Queen Creek border area over there. It's a pretty good market. So
Very cool.
yeah, I'd like to get it up and running soon.
Yeah.
but
Don't rush it. Don't like make any rash decisions like picking someone that is not going to be good for you long term. Especially if you need a partner for it, it's got to be someone that you're comfortable like basically getting married to. This is
Yeah.
like a potentially forever or very long term commitment to each other. So
yeah, I got a few people in mind, and I guess it's just, I mean, going from there. My girlfriend really wants me to do it.
would you ever just maybe quit being a firefighter and go full time into it?
I don't know if that would be the best thing. Like, I mean,
Financially?
yeah, financially, that'd be a huge risk. You just to like,
Massive
take a
risk.
chance on yourself, you know. But a lot of people that take a chance on themselves end up like having really good results from it.
There
But
you go.
I just think with like my job and like I really do enjoy my job. I like my crew. I like the guys I work with. I
Yeah.
like the brotherhood aspect of it. I have fun at work. I like going to work. You know, like
That is good.
I really enjoy what I do.
Could you ever make your like schedule because you're 48 on, 5 off, right? Or 2 days on, 5 days off.
I would need somebody to run it when I'm at work because
For sure.
the days that I'm off, they always change. You know.
Oh, okay. So it's never consistent. You couldn't
No.
make it like maybe Saturday, Sunday, and then
No.
for the beginning, be closed on the weekends.
No, it's just interchanging. Like it goes through the week, like the days I work. So like,
Oh, so
one tour I'll work Monday, Tuesday, and then the next week I'll work like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the next week I'll work Wednesday, Friday. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's like
Always
it's always changing. Yeah. So I would really need to have somebody that was flexible and open to do that. But I mean, it'd be a good 50-50 split down the middle. A good little extra chunk of income coming in as well. I ran the numbers, and it's not a bad way to make some money.
Sure.
For sure. And like, I'm good at it.
You're talking about teaching jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I've been coaching for a long time.
Yeah.
And I have an idea for
I very much enjoy your classes. I've only taken a few. I think you did like a seminar at Paul Nava's once, and then I've taken a few classes just here and there. But I very much enjoy your classes.
Thanks, dude.
You're very concise, very good wrestling technique. I very much enjoy learning from you.
Yeah, and I definitely enjoy teaching no-gi more nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I have an idea for my own school, like down to every last detail of the design, and then like what I want to have out of there, like just as far as like little extras that other people may not be offering. And then I want to have a wrestling club out of there too.
Strictly wrestling.
Yeah, and then I want to do something like nonprofit wise, even if it's not nonprofit, like another avenue to go down there where I'm bringing in like at-risk kids, that are from like a bad area or just kids that are in the system and helping those kids out. Because I used to work with juvenile delinquents, so like my heart's really involved with like using wrestling or jiu-jitsu as a tool to get these kids and really get their life in order. Because I know what it did for me, Yeah. And I coached wrestling at a boarding school for juvenile delinquents for 3 years, and those kids were terrible, and then they started wrestling, and then like it changed their whole life.
Yeah.
So I want to use wrestling or jiu-jitsu as a tool to help kids.
That's awesome.
That's like really where my heart's at, is like helping like kids that are going through it.
You've got like big goals in this and like a specific idea, and you've worked out the specific details. Do you think having a partner in it could maybe fuck up some of that?
Not if it's the right person.
Yeah.
And they're on the same page, But,
Although, your own unique ideas, everyone has a unique take on it. If like that's obviously a big, that's something you've given a lot of thought into, and it'll be a big part of the program. Someone would have to be basically like your co-partner rather than like you two having like a joint vision.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where things start getting dicey, right?
Yeah.
But I think either way, no matter how I do it, as long as I follow my heart with it and I really stay true to that, I think there's nothing but success that will come from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's pure,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is. You can't like go into it with the intention of like, I'm going to make some money off jiu-jitsu this way. If you have like pure intentions of really helping people, I think the rest will fall into place.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I've already ran the numbers. I know there will be money involved in it. Like,
Yes,
I know there's money to be made.
Sure, yeah.
And that's awesome, and that's
Yeah.
huge for my family and, everything else. But it's like, why am I really doing it,
Yeah, for sure. Well, also, too, it is difficult. Like with any new business venture, it's not like it just is immediately profitable. I was lucky enough to be with Issa from the very beginning, and there's a lot of difficulty at the very beginning. There was many classes where it was just me and him, and like I would show up for a class, and I expect being 5-6 people and just me and Issa.
So when did you leave Gustavo's and go train with Issa? Because you were at G's. I remember you being a white belt, maybe even a blue belt.
No, I was a white belt at G's. So I actually, my very first like jiu-jitsu ever was at Arizona Combat Sports. It was the very first time I signed up. I was like maybe 19 or 20 years old. Issa was the jiu-jitsu instructor, and my roommate at the time did jiu-jitsu, and so I learned a little bit through him, as much as you do from just a fuckhead roommate. Yeah. But I did a little bit through him. I signed up to Arizona Combat Sports, and I met Issa. I trained there for maybe 3 or 4 months, not really too long. I ended up getting injured. I actually got a staph infection. I had this cut on my knee that
Dude, you're like That's rough,
I
dude.
know. I'm like so staff prone. You know what I think? This injury, I think, maybe fucked my entire life up. Unless I'm just have like some sort of predisposition where like I'm, that's just,
Have you been able to get any answers about that? Like, does anyone really know?
No,
So
and I've been to a lot of people. I think it's just that potentially I have like some sort of predisposition or I'm just very susceptible to it. But it also could be the case that this instance when I had a little cut on my knee. We were like working wrestling or something. My knee swelled up and I'm a fucking shitty white belt. So I'm hitting my knee on the mat, shooting single legs and just, shooting shots down the mat. So I'm slamming my knee into it. And afterwards, my knee was really sore, and I was thinking it was because just I'm an idiot and I'm hitting my knee hard on the mat.
I think it's like bursitis or something. You never think it's going to be like
Yeah,
crazy.
I was literally thinking it was a bruise. It was just a bruise, and then it swelled up and it kept swelling. And at the time too, I was like partying and doing a bunch of shit, so I probably wasn't even like focused on it. I was like, yeah, my knee's still injured, and it was like swelling, and then it got to the point where it was fucking big. And then one night I was like trying to go to sleep and the pain was so much. I was like, dude, I can't. I go to the bathroom and I'm like walking and like I take a big step and it fucking explodes. Like my knee, like there was a little tiny pimple on the top and I had like popped it once because I was thinking I didn't know what staph was. I popped it once and some shit came out and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then like 2 days later, it fucking swelled up big again and I'm walking and it goes shit just pouring down my leg. It's bleeding. I'm like, fuck, what's going on? I go to the emergency room. They fucking cut a slit in there, dig all this shit out. And there was such a big socket that they had to pack it with like, I don't know, material and just fill the socket and then stitch over that. And so that happened. And then also too, so much shit happened around that age. I was moving around a million different places. And so I didn't start training. But again, it was like I started training again February 3rd, 2016. I know the exact date. Yeah. I went to Gustavo's. I signed up. I like fucking loved it right away.
I remember I was like, this fucking white belt's good.
Yeah.
This guy's I think so. So you said 2016?
Yeah, 2016.
So I was a brown.
Oh, wow.
Or a purple.
Yeah. Were you training at?
No, I got my brown.
Yeah.
So I got my brown in June that year. So I was a purple when you started.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. And I just remember just fucking loving it. Just absolutely loving it. And I did maybe 6 months there. And, it was just, for one thing, I moved really far from there, and I thought it was Gustavo's gym, and Gustavo's a great guy. I think he was also going through an injury at the time. I think he maybe only saw me roll maybe twice throughout the whole 6 months being there.
I think that was when he was trying to qualify for Worlds at like 40.
He had an injury, I believe, because we talked maybe early into
Was it his elbow dislocation?
That was it, actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was his shoulder. It was his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was it. And so, I'd been following Issa the whole time on Instagram as well, and I had just moved to my mom's place, which was much closer over there. I would go from my mom's place, which is like Happy Valley in the I-17, up to Gustavo's on a Saturday or Sunday for open mat, and then show up, and then, tournament's going on this day. We're actually not having open mat. I'm like, well, fuck. I just drove an hour over here, came back. So I saw at the same time Issa opened up his own gym, and so I went to, check out a class. It was really cool. I really liked who Issa was. I kind of liked his vibe and everything, and so I started training there. I was a 2-stripe white belt at the time, and I got 2 stripes at Gustavo's, and then I've been with Issa ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like kind of fuzzy on like when you began, and then like when you went over to Issa's, I wasn't sure. I was like, I remember him at Gustavo's, but I don't remember when he went to Issa's full time.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when Issa opened initially.
Yeah, he must have done it just a few months. Actually right around the same time, I think. I think he's been open since, I want to say like September or October that year, 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's probably coming up on some sort of anniversary right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was always somebody I looked up to coming up in jiu-jitsu. He was ahead of me, when I started. He was like a blue belt winning like, I don't know, like going to like Abu Dhabi and shit, and I was a white belt. So I was like, and I knew he was a wrestler too, so I was like, damn, I think, like I always like wanted to be like Issa.
Yeah.
Because Issa for a long time, like, I mean, as far as like homegrown Arizona guys go, Issa was like our guy.
Yeah.
Like on the national scene, Issa was like that dude.
Yeah, everyone was looking out for him.
Yeah, I remember when Seth came, brought Fight to Win, back when it was awesome. 2016, I think. He brought Fight to Win to Arizona. for the first time. Actually, just came up in my memories recently. It was just a few weeks ago. But when he came, we were doing the weigh-ins or whatever, and Seth would give like his whole spiel, and he was like, "Hey, just want to let you guys know, like when we were coming here to Arizona, it's the first time we've been here. Like, I had like 20 people reach out to me and be like, you got to get this guy Issa Abel on your show."
Wow.
So like Issa's just was like super well respected. So I was like, dude, I want to take Issa's path and be like Issa. Like,
Yeah.
he was always somebody I looked up to in jiu-jitsu, coming from Gustavo's, you know.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, I didn't even realize that until maybe I was like a blue or a purple belt, and like we would go to an open mat, and literally every single person that was of any rank would walk up to him and be like, "Oh, Issa, how you doing? Oh, Issa." I was like, "Bro, you're like jiu-jitsu famous. Like everywhere we go, like people are like saying, 'What's up?'"
Issa's a dog, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's an absolute
dog.
dog. You know, and also too, so it was 2016 when I went over. Leg locks were still fairly taboo. It was not like it was widely accepted. You definitely weren't really teaching white belts it.
It's a whole different world, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And so I remember going there, and it was like, you know, my first month or so, and I'm like, "Dude, heel hooks, I hear they're really cool. Like, what?" And he's like, "This is how you do it." And he just showed me a heel hook. I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah."
Yeah, I had to have like a crash course on that stuff when I got to brown belt.
Yeah.
Because it was just like not stuff. I mean, and even at brown belt, like I competed in the gi for most of it, you know, but like I just was like stuck to my game and just avoided it. Like I didn't want to exchange feet with people. Like that wasn't something I was comfortable with, because like that wasn't something that we went over a whole lot. And then when I got to black belt and I was like entering this sub-only professional show world, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to get heel hooked. I mean, I did. When I was a brown belt, I fought for the fight to win brown belt title against Alan Sanchez. You know who that is from 10th Planet. He won EBI, the last EBI for my weight.
Nice. Okay.
He's a dog. He's an ADCC guy, like level guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I fought him for the brown belt title, and like I didn't have any leg game at all. Just this wrestler with like heavy passing and like whatever. And dude, he ripped my knee off.
Oh no.
Yeah, like 2019. Yeah.
Wow.
So from there on out, I was like, I need to learn this shit. So
Nice.
naturally, I hit up Adrian Nez, and he worked with me for a while. And
Adrian's a beast. He's so good with the leg locks.
dude, he really is a big part of like my leg game now. And
Nice.
like why I'm able to even do it. Just learning from him.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, good on you for like starting it. There's a lot of guys who are, you know, brown or blacks and got it a while ago, and you just like, I'm just won't bother with trying to learn it. And so I feel like that's part of like the martial artist path of like constantly working on the stuff that you're not good at. And leg locks it's funny that they were neglected for so long, because I was a white belt when they first started becoming like, you know, real popular on the scene. And so now, I mean, I've tried to incorporate it from a white belt. I like, you know, competed at jiu-jitsu tournaments from like white and blue, where I could calf slice and do all these things. And it's been something that like I've absolutely fell in love with. And it's just, you know, part of my entire game.
Yeah, I feel like now too, like if you're not doing that type of stuff, like you're just like you're a dinosaur.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a dinosaur, because
yeah.
the way that jiu-jitsu is going right now, it's going to the no-gi side of things.
Yeah.
And it could be a trend, and it could go back to it. I don't think it is though.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think just as far as like entertainment value, the no-gi is way more entertaining.
It's way more entertaining.
People want to watch that.
Yeah.
And it's cooler. And
Yeah.
it's just its own thing. And like, you know, me growing up in jiu-jitsu, I talked about this on Alex's podcast. It was like, if you wanted to be good at jiu-jitsu and know you were good at jiu-jitsu, you were on the podium at Pans, you're on the podium at Worlds, and you're in the gi. And that was my goal. And that's what I did for, let's see, 10 years.
Yeah.
And
That was the pinnacle.
Yeah. And then like I got to like brown black belt, and it was like no-gi stuff started popping up, and I was like, well, I'm a wrestler, I'm good at no-gi.
Yeah.
But like I need to learn the legs.
Yeah.
But now it's just like I don't even think about competing in the gi right now.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to do no-gi, and like I just want to do no-gi every day.
Yeah, it's much more exciting as it from the spectator standpoint. It's more fun for me to train in too, because I feel like there's just less stagnation in the gi. People will get grips, and people have these fucking monkey grips, especially at brown and above, that are strictly gi guys. That just it's hard to break, and then you just stay in this sort of point where you're at a stalemate for minutes on end,
Right.
and it's less fun to practice.
And so many people are just like, well, either way, it's jiu-jitsu. It's like, no. They're two different things.
Yeah,
Like
they are.
you can't be in the gi training nonstop and then just pop into like a no-gi thing.
You can't.
Unless
No
you're
way.
like a freak.
No way.
You could be a freak and pull it off. Like
Yeah.
if you're like the top 0.01% freak,
Yeah.
yeah, you might be able to pull it off. You know what I mean? But it's like you need to be doing that and being engulfed in it.
Yeah.
And like I feel the same way about Nogi. Like I just love the way that I feel and the way that I flow, and then like I can truly incorporate my wrestling into it. You know, in the gi, it was like so many times, like when I was coming up competing, I like really wanted to show my wrestling,
and then they
like,
just get the grips right away.
They just pull so quick. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well.
Or even the grips, it's like judo from there. It's like
Yeah.
less wrestling.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like if I would have got into, if I was coming out of my wrestling background now into jiu-jitsu, like that would have been really cool, because I could have just like went right into Nogi, and then like who knows, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm really grateful for where I came from, because I feel like I have such like a good fundamental foundation. And I see a lot of like Nogi specific like schools, or like guys that only do Nogi, like I really feel like they lack the fundamentals and like the understanding of jiu-jitsu. So
Yeah.
as I sit here and talk shit about the gi, I don't mean it, because I'm really grateful for like everything I learned from that. Like like a good pure jiu-jitsu like upbringing.
And don't get me wrong, I do like training in the gi as well. And if I was ever to get in a scrap with some motherfucker in a suit, I'd be bow and arrowing him the fuck out of him. But I do feel like your no-gi jiu-jitsu has a bigger overlap to gi jiu-jitsu than vice versa. Like if you're training strictly no-gi, you'll be able to hang in gi, because all of your no-gi grips still work. If I'm used to grabbing your neck and your wrist, you still have a fucking neck and a wrist.
I think they're just the two of them are just so specific and different that it's you almost have to like where I came from, like be like really good in one and then really good in another to like understand the both of them, because if I don't know, I just feel like it's two different sports. Like the grip game in the gi is like its own little
its own mini game.
Like it's the openings that you create, like when you switch grips. That's the opening where you go and pass.
Yes.
And then at the black belt level, you may only get that once or twice in the whole match. You know what I mean? And it's like capitalizing on that, like maybe you get just like an advantage. You know what I mean? So it's
that's another thing. The rule sets in gi jiu-jitsu just like beget less exciting matches. Guys are competing to win via advantage and fucking getting hyped about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. My whole thing with like starting my competition is that like I feel like jiu-jitsu competition should be a test of who has the better jiu-jitsu. And I think a lot of the ways that a lot of them are set up, like a lot of IBJJFs, it's not necessarily if you are able to get 2 points and then stall the rest of the regulation, that doesn't necessarily mean you have better jiu-jitsu. Just because you almost got a sweep and then that's the whole match, does that mean you have better jiu-jitsu? I don't know.
And guys game the system so well.
So well.
I've been that guy.
Yeah, you have to. You should be.
I've done it, you know. And
you should be. If that's what you sign up for, that's what you should do.
My wrestling coach in high school always said, it's not stalling, it's smart wrestling. You should do it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a point and place for it, but like your style events that you do, that's cool. That's like, like you said, like that's like a really good, like, let it all hang out type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could be out of it getting your ass whooped, and then like in the last 30 seconds pull something out of your
Exactly. Yeah. And so I feel like part of it's the mental like overcoming. Like if you've been worked the entire regulation of the match, you not only have to overcome that mentally, but like via points. You know, if you're you know, if it's a sub-only rule set, maybe you're in mount, maybe your back's taken, but all you have to do is get out. You don't have to get out and overcome a 4-point deficit and overcome an 8-point deficit. Right. It's a big, it's like once you're down that many points, it's like, dude, it's the fucking match is over, basically.
Dude, and I'm not one of those guys, but those guys that can pull submissions out of their ass, those are fucking cool dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are cool fucking dudes where like you've been getting rocked.
Yeah.
And like out of nowhere, you just like pull something, you know,
That's
like
good.
a fucking rabbit out of a hat. That's cool, dude.
That's really cool.
I got a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, a lot of it is like mental, like being able to like just like pull through no matter what. It's a tough thing to like overcome. You know, you feel like it's, if you're down a significant amount of points, you have to submit the guy. And often they're not going to engage into a point where you're even able to work your setups or anything. They're just basically disengage the whole match. If they can, you know, get stalling calls or whatever, fuck it, dude. You're up however many points. It doesn't matter if you get a couple stalling calls.
Yeah, and I like the rule set that you did at your event. And that event was cool, dude. So props to you for that. Like, when I walked in there, I was like, this place is awesome.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
then it was fun, like, you know, just to go, like, the guys that competed there were like my regular no-gi guys from my class.
Yeah.
And they're guys that I've kind of like, I mean, Logan, I taught him at Gustavo's when I taught at Gustavo's 3-4 years ago.
Nice.
He's over there at Soul Fighters now.
Yeah.
And then like June.
He got takedown of the night.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a dog.
Yeah, good for him.
So I really like that kid. And I like coaching him, and he's got potential. And then June, like, I think he's only been doing jiu-jitsu for like a year and a half. But he's really talented. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
And dude, he goes, you see him at Tim's, he goes and gets his ass kicked by upper belts, and he just keeps coming and coming and coming, and like, he really wants to be good. And he went out there, and like, I know he'd been not having a lot of success before that, so he was able to pull that off. And like, he hit like my signature takedown.
Yeah,
and then
the flip grip.
And it was sick. And then he hit a knee bar,
Yeah.
which is like my deal too. So
Yeah.
I was just like so proud. Like, man,
Nice.
these are guys that I coach, and they went out
Yeah.
here and they did really well. So I really enjoyed coaching them.
That's
I was
awesome.
super proud of him. And then I enjoyed judging too for a short
Thank you
period.
very much. Yeah, I really appreciate you
Yeah, dude.
helping stepping in there.
I wish I could
Yeah.
have been there the whole time, dude.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, it ended up actually going so quickly. It went way faster than
I was hoping that going into it. I was like, I got a jet. I hope I can at least coach my guys.
Yeah.
And like, they'll be, you know, good to go and I can dip. So
Yeah.
my guys are done. And
Yeah.
I had like an hour to kill. So I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm just going to judge.
Nice. Yeah. That's
But
crazy. Yeah.
That little taste of like coaching, you know, just that 2 matches. I was like, it felt good.
Yeah.
I know that's my next step in my career, you know?
Nice.
And I know that I might be a better coach than I, you know, was a competitor. I really feel like that. I've always been a coach, even when I was like a kid. I just had that like mindset for like technique and then just like strategy. Like I've always like been super engulfed in that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really feel like that really lit a fire under my ass, like to do my own thing, because I do want to like build competitors, you know. I want to get all the kids from all the wrestling rooms in the area that I'm at.
Yeah.
Have them come into jiu-jitsu, because there's life after wrestling. You know, if you're not going to wrestle in college, which I've had kids that I've coached, you know, over the years that wrestled in high school, started with jiu-jitsu, wrestled in high school, and they had that point where it's like, do I wrestle in college or do I keep in jiu-jitsu? I almost always, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, go wrestle in college. Because you're getting education, for one.
Yeah.
And, you know, wrestling isn't like jiu-jitsu. Like, you can do jiu-jitsu whenever. There's, like, no timetable.
Yeah.
You can start jiu-jitsu when you're 70.
Yeah.
If you want to wrestle, you have a very short period of time where you can do it. And if you're good enough to wrestle in college, you know,
Do it.
D2, D3, there's no shame in that.
No.
Freaking JUCO, NAIA, whatever, go do it. Because when you graduate, you're going to be 21, 22. You can still fucking do jiu-jitsu. And
Yeah.
you're coming into jiu-jitsu with like
A
superior
sick
wrestling
wrestling
background.
base, yeah.
Right? So it's like, go wrestle, go do your thing. And then you can come into jiu-jitsu if you want to, and you'll still be able to rock it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you have that good base to build off.
For
of.
sure. Yeah. Your jiu-jitsu career is still very young. You can still get into jiu-jitsu after that and still compete for many years.
And now you have a college education.
Yeah.
And you probably got worked
Means
out harder
nothing.
than you ever get worked out in your life. Well, I know.
I'm just kidding.
I don't have a college degree. But I mean, I guess maybe just that might be me projecting like what I wish I would have done on other people.
Yeah.
And that could be the case. But I think it comes from a good place.
No, I think that's a good move, like getting into college wrestling afterwards. I mean, no matter what, having a sick wrestling base is so useful, probably more useful than any other base.
It's a lot easier to love jiu-jitsu than it is to love wrestling, though.
It is,
Because
yeah.
wrestling's a grind.
Wrestling is fucking
So if
tough.
you don't have, like, it's all relative, and there's a lot of nuance to it, right? So like, if you don't love wrestling like with all of your heart, I'm not gonna tell you to go wrestle in college. Don't do
Sure.
it, because you're gonna hate it. And you're gonna fizzle out after a year. Right? Go do jiu-jitsu, because it's a lot easier to love jiu-jitsu than it is to love wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, wrestling's just, it's its own thing, dude.
Yeah.
And like, for guys that
So
have wrestled at a
fucking
high
difficult.
level, like even in high school, or like, you know, trained around guys that wrestle, like, it's just, you know, it's like, it's brutal.
Yeah. I feel like
So-
one of the main differences is that, like, in jiu-jitsu, there's plenty of places to rest. You know, you can pass guard and rest.
Yeah.
You can, you know, mount the guy and then rest. Take a breather. In wrestling, there's no resting.
No.
There you are fucking go nonstop. And even in practice, you fucking take your boy down, back up and do it again. You know, there's no point where you're resting.
Yeah, it's It's its own beast, dude.
It's brutal.
I got a lot of respect for guys that wrestle in college or
Yeah.
did it at a high level because I know, coming from where I came from with it, like what it took to be the best. And like I did everything I could. Never won a state title. I placed in state, but like I was around a lot of guys that won multiple state titles and wrestled Division I, Division II. And I know what we did and the work we put in. And
Yeah.
it's I wrestled or I fought MMA at a premier MMA gym.
Oh, did you?
For like 6 years, and I have competed in the best jiu-jitsu that Arizona, or I've trained amongst the best jiu-jitsu that Arizona had for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But like the hardest practices I've ever been through in my life were high school wrestling practice. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. Wow. So have you done wrestling outside of like high school wrestling?
No, very briefly. First summer, I wrestled at I was supposed to wrestle at a D2 program my freshman year of college, and I fizzled out. But I've trained with college guys over the years, MMA gyms and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So, and I'm just like a super geek when it comes to wrestling. Like I love college wrestling. Like it's about to start, and I go to a lot of like the ASU matches, and then listen to podcasts and I watch it nonstop. Like
That's pretty cool.
Whatever, ESPN or
wow. I'd be
Big
down to
Ten
go with
Network.
you sometime. I've never been to a ASU wrestling meet.
Yeah, dude, they're coming up.
Nice.
So yeah, I usually go. I got a couple buddies that I wrestle with that I keep in touch with, and we kind of hop around and go to them. So it's a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, they're fun if you've never been to one before. Like it's a whole.
Never been to one.
Yeah, they're really good time, dude.
One thing is like I don't really understand the rules.
I could explain it to you in 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
and you'd pick
Yeah.
it up. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
entertaining
Nice.
for sure. I mean, for me, it's probably not the most exciting sport in the world. Other people, but for
I
me,
like
it's
it.
like my
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I like it for sure. I've just never been to a meet.
Dude, can I run and take a piss real quick?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay,
Yeah, for
I'll be
sure.
back.
Well, cheers, brother.
Cheers, happy dads now.
Happy dads. Official sponsor of the
Taking
podcast.
a weird path here. We would do whiskey, day beers from Goldwater. Shout out to Nate Stein and Happy Dads.
Nice. Nate Stein, is that the guy?
Do you remember the Roll for Beer event?
Yeah.
The
That's where I
guy-
got him from.
Yeah,
Roll
the
for
guy
Beer.
that runs that place. I don't know if he runs it exactly. I know he's like a big part of Goldwater. He's worked there for a long time.
Wow.
He's trainer Paul.
Oh, nice.
I know
Wow.
him from way back in the day. We trained together. Anyways.
Oh, that's cool.
He's the Goldwater guy.
Wow.
Supposed to get back into training, so he says.
Goldwater Brewing Co.
Yeah.
Nice. I think I've shouted them out as an official sponsor of the podcast before. So
Dude, honestly, man, like I'm a big craft beer guy.
I am as well. I do like it. Yeah.
Paul Nava, my old instructor. Me and him are. I mean, he's one of my best friends, but we're big on like the hazy IPA scene. So we used to. We need to do it again soon. We used to do like open mat on a Sunday, and then go on like a brewery tour. Yeah,
Nice.
So like one of the times Alex Martinez like wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
And he drove us around. I think we hit like 8 breweries.
Oh, nice.
Do you know Brendan Cornell? He's a brown belt under Paul.
Yeah, I know Brendan.
Yeah. He was there, me, Paul, like a lot of like the OG guys from Paul's. Yeah, we hit like 8 breweries after trading one day.
Oh, nice.
Super hammered, and it was
Nice.
just like the most fun ever. But
Nice.
like that's mine and Paul's thing. Like when we go out of state for tournaments and stuff, like we're
Try,
always,
like, the
trying to
local beers?
Yeah, we're always trying to find some, like new breweries or new
That is
beers.
nice.
Even just like, well, after Gustavo's Nogi state tournament, I met Paul at a brewery right down the road afterwards.
Nice. That is a move. I do like doing that. I also like one thing I want to do actually is go to like a wine tasting place to figure out. Do you like wine?
My girl does, and I'll drink the wine that she has at the house.
Yeah, more of a beer
and
guy.
there. Yeah, but there's a what's that called? Bar and One over in Gilbert. There's 12 West Brewery, and there's a wine place right next door.
Interesting.
If you
Okay.
haven't checked it out, you should go check it out, dude. It's in Agritopia.
Okay, I'll check it
A
out.
nice like yuppie part of Gilbert. It's actually right by where I used to live and where Paul lives. We used to live in the same neighborhood over there. It's like
Nice.
Higley and Ray.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a good little wine spot. You could probably do some wine tasting there.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I do like going to like a nice steak dinner, have like a nice glass of wine with or maybe some nice fish or something, a nice glass of wine. But I just don't know.
I know you're bougie, dude.
I do like to just like, do that every now and
No,
then.
I do too.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's one of the great pleasures of life, going out to a really nice restaurant with some friends, have a really nice dinner,
Oh, yeah.
a couple drinks and stuff. especially like one of those really fancy places. They're just like fucking sucking your dick from the moment you walk in.
Do you ever go to the Salt Cellar down the road?
Dude, that place is sick.
You've been there.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh, you have never been?
I drive by it all the time. And
Oh,
I want to go there. I've never gone.
The whole building is like probably smaller than my loft up here. The entire restaurant is underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I've seen that.
You open the door and it's you go downstairs. They actually can't do any renovations to the property because if they do, they have to bring it up to like the ADA code and install an elevator. So they leave it just as is.
Good. Leave it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They've got like a really nice Bloody Mary.
Oh, okay. See, that would wreck me.
Yeah.
Heartburn for days.
Oh,
Amanda loves Bloody Marys.
Oh, really?
That's
She
her
would
jam.
love it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've actually got a really good happy hour. I haven't been in years, but that is a great place. Yeah.
I'm going to take her there.
It's one of my great pleasures in life. It was literally like a goal I wrote down when I was like 20 years old. That was like, go to restaurants and not like have to look at the price.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always told myself I'll know when I made it financially, or I can just go order a pair of Origin jeans and like not have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You see those jeans?
I know I haven't.
Dude, they got the best jeans.
Oh, do they?
They're like $200.
Oh,
but
wow.
they last.
Huh? Do you
and
have a
they're
pair?
like super like stretchy. No, but I've seen motherfuckers with them before, and I'm like, damn.
Those look nice.
Dude, and that's the thing too. Like, I refuse to buy like expensive gis and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just like my upbringing I had. Like, I have 6 kids in my family, so like,
Yeah. You're one of 6 siblings?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we were like never like, my dad.
having
My
the
dad
nicest
made
clothes.
good money. We lived in a really nice community. Like, but like it's tough being like the poorest kid in a rich neighborhood.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like I've always been like a Ross guy,
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know these guys that like train and they have like, I don't know, a dozen $200 gis. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, if Eddie's not making gis and I'm getting them for free, I'm like, what's on the Tommy outlet? $70? That works for me.
Yeah, right.
Just can't bring myself to buy like expensive stuff.
I think I went way overboard as like a blue belt and like bought a bunch of gis that like I shouldn't have bought, and now I'm like set. I like basically have one gi that's my go-to. It's actually the gi that like Issa got for the gym, and it's like my best gi that I got.
Yeah.
I don't even know what brand it is, but it's my favorite gi by far.
I always tell people that, dude, like my best, like most reliable gis outside of the Agro brand gis that were released in like 2016 were like
Bring those back.
Fuji's.
Oh,
Gustavo
nice.
had that Fuji Saprito gi, his like Academy gi.
Sure.
Was
Oh,
on.
actually, I have one of his. Yeah.
a great gi.
Yeah, that is a great gi. Yeah.
Fit well, lasted
Yeah.
forever. And I think a lot of them are the same cut. I remember somebody back in the day told me that like a lot of the gi brands were the exact same gi.
Wow.
Like the Shoy Roll and
Yeah.
Control, they were all like the same cut from the same place. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know like I think
Now
they-
you
I
can
think they'll
tell
get it
some
from like
differences.
Pakistan or whatever.
Yeah, I think a lot of them come from Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have like my fair share of showy rolls, and they're like wildly different in quality, in size, in fitting. And so that's like one of the most annoying things for me. I have like an A1L that fits very well, and I've got an A2 that is like way too tight.
Huh.
So I don't know.
Dude, I competed in a Shoy Roll. Remember the yin and the yang,
Okay.
the black and the white ones
Yeah,
that came
yeah,
out
yeah.
with? I had the black one. I think I got it from Josh. It didn't fit
Oh,
Josh.
nice.
He
Yeah.
waited in line for Worlds and it didn't fit him. And then
Nice.
I ended up getting it from him. And dude, I competed in that gi for the longest time. I love that gi. It
Nice.
was an awesome gi. I still have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
all patched up. I have so many gis in my clothes. Like I only wear like 3 or 4 gis to my school now. I
Yeah.
don't train gi a whole lot, you know. But I have so many gis in my closet that all have like GD Jiu Jitsu vinyl patching on them, and they're like really
Yeah.
nice new gis. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna wear this to my soul fighter school
Yeah,
now.
of course. Yeah.
So they just kind of sit there.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you watch like instructionals or anything ever?
So no. A lot of the knowledge that I get for like teaching my classes is just off of YouTube. So like whatever theme like Tinquino's teaching, whether it's like, like recently it's been like De La Hiva or like reverse De La Hiva. I just hop on YouTube, type it in. Like the whole sequence I got for like my last like 4 or 5 classes was all from Espen, a short 10-minute video on YouTube.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Espen, I used to train with him. He's got the best reverse De La Hiva game. So I was like, well, if I'm going to learn reverse De La Hiva, I'm going to just...
That's the guy.
Yeah, and he had a few videos on there, and I Picked up some stuff from there, and it's all stuff I pretty much knew. It's just like the details of it, because I don't want to ever go into class like not having an answer, or like not like, you know, really crossing my T's and dot my I's on the topic. Like, I really want to be like well versed in it. So that gets a little dicey when you start teaching stuff that's not exactly your game.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I think that's been like the huge thing for me as an instructor, is like not only being really technical and really knowledgeable like in my game, because I can roll out of bed and teach wrestling.
Yeah,
I can walk in and not even think about it and just start teaching wrestling, and it's like super legit.
Nice.
But like certain things in the gi that I'm not so good at, maybe I'm teaching like worm, or I'm teaching like Baron Bolos,
just not
and
your
stuff.
game.
It's just not me.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna do the research on it. I'm gonna you know,
Sure.
I know what guys have a good game like that where I can look at it. So
you know, that's one thing that's good about having like a diverse like set of instructors too. Like if everyone just teaches like whatever there is their A game or like their primary stuff, you get like a really good feel of like a bunch of different things.
yeah, dude. And like I know for my development in jiu-jitsu, it's just been like I had so many good guys that I learned under coming up, and a different array of games too. So you know, as a student, I think that's so good to have like not just like your one instructor at the academy, but like other instructors that are good high level guys that you can learn from too.
Yeah.
Which at Gustavo's back in the day, there was a ton. Right?
Yeah. Right. Interesting. Do you ever train at G's anymore?
Yeah, I pop in.
Nice.
I trained before the Phoenix Open. I trained there when Orlando was in town. I usually
nice.
just pop in like if Orlando's visiting.
Yeah.
Like sometimes Josh will be like, "Hey, come in."
Nice.
You
I'd
know,
love
I
to
still-
train with Josh and them sometime again.
Yeah, I still have a good relationship with Gustavo, and you know, he still gives me my stripes and stuff on my belt.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I left.
He gave you your black belt?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then gave me my first stripe. I just like to keep that intact, you know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because I trained at a school, I mean, from 2010 to 2014, I was with Paul. And, you know, Paul was like the biggest part for my jiu-jitsu development. Actually, like my whole development, like as a human. Paul was like the guy. Because when I started jiu-jitsu, I was really just dumb, immature for my age, didn't really have direction. On my third community college, not knowing what I wanted to do in my life, type of thing, you know. And you know, Paul saw something in me and was like, "Hey, like you're good at this. You know, I'm gonna help you get really good at it." So that was really hard for me leaving Paul's, but at the time it was just with my job and like stuff I had going on. I needed to go to Gustavo's because Gustavo's was stacked as far as competition wise. Like, all the best guys in the state training Gustavo's. So I left Paul's and went to Gustavo's. And, you know, it was really hard on Paul and hard on me because you know, he spent a lot of time on me. But you know, I was at Gustavo's from 2014 to 2020.
Wow.
So 6 years there. So it's a big part of my jiu-jitsu. I've had a lot of good instructors over the years and been able to really just learn a lot and take a little bit from everybody, you know.
That's awesome.
I
That's
like
really
to keep
cool.
those relationships intact. Like,
Yeah.
me and Paul are really close, and I like to still, you know, keep in touch with Gustavo and like all the guys I train with there still, you know, even though I'm not there anymore. Like I'm a Crayonch. I'm at a different affiliation. I'm a Soul Fighters guy now. But, I never would have thought that in a million years back in the day, you know. All my friends got Nova and tattoos and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they went and got them, and like they wanted me to get it too. I was like, well, Paul's not Nova and anymore, but he still got the tat.
Yeah.
And you know what? His thing about it, it's really not that bad because it's still part of your, like where you came from.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of tattoos mean. It's like a point in your life.
Yeah, and it's just nothing's final in jiu-jitsu anymore. You know?
For sure.
You never know what route it's going to take.
Yeah.
Especially as a competitor too. It's just like you could be one affiliation and then that affiliation's not giving you what you need. Like from a competitive standpoint, it's like, are you going to stay there? No, you're going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with Tinquinho now because I'm trying to qualify for ADCC and he won it. So it's like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, access to
Tinquinho is an absolute beast.
dude, he's awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's a really good, humble human being. Like he really is like grounded and he's got a good vibe at his school. You know, I was bouncing around trying to figure out where I was going to train because it's just like with COVID and everything that happened, I like picked the jiu-jitsu, rolled up, shook it, and then like everybody else was other places.
Yeah.
So like at one point in time, I was like, maybe I'll train at Maricapa's. At one point in time, I was like, I think I'll train at Issa. Or
I'd
Gerson.
love to have you over at Issa.
It's too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll go to Gerson's, because that's my boy. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll go here, maybe I'll go there. I was trying to figure out where I was going to go. And like the first time I went to Tanks, I was just like, it's a good vibe. He's got some pretty good dudes here,
Nice.
And then obviously access to like Tim's crew.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
go and train there. Like,
Dude, I love Tim's every Friday and Monday.
those are the best rounds you're going to get in the state for Nogi.
Dude, those are fucking solid rounds.
Solid. Dude,
Solid rounds.
Not been able to fucking train because my shoulder, like I've been having a real light getting this PRP done. And every time they post anything about training at Tim's, it's just like FOMO. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, I want to be there training so bad. Because I love it, dude. I love the whole day. Like, go out there and train. I'll get a little meal, get a little cold plunge.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing.
Dude,
is
that's
just,
really nice, too, having that whole setup.
Dude.
Which, by the way, Issa's new spot, we haven't moved in yet. We're fucking 3 months behind. But his new spot, he's got I think he's calling it the Phoenix Recovery Spa.
Dope.
Phoenix Recovery Spa.
Yeah.
It is going to be cold plunges, sauna, red light therapy, the whole recovery thing, as, those fucking things that Greg
the
has.
Normatics.
Yeah, exactly. All of it.
Dude, I'm
And
going to do something like that at my school, too.
that would be sick. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the space to move in for like a much bigger space, especially because like we had like a great spot. We've moved, almost like downsized and then like going to this new spot. I mean, we've been waiting for forever. And then plus everything that's going to come with it. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, too. Because, I mean, I go and train at Issa's here and there.
Yeah. You know what he should do? I think I'm going to talk to him about it. We should do like a grand opening, like of the new spot. Yeah, have like everyone come out for the open mat.
You should have like a food truck there. Or you should have like a DJ.
Maybe Matt Munchies.
Matt Munchies, dude, that's pretty good.
They're fucking good. That like smoked pork. Have you tried it?
I didn't have the smoke. I think I had steak.
Oh, dude, you got to try the pork.
Damn.
It's insane. The
All
pork
right,
is insane.
I'll check it out for sure.
It's so good.
Yeah. Who else has that food truck? Pollo from
Polo.
Gustavo's.
Yeah.
Pollo.
Yeah. I think it's Polo. Yeah.
Anyways, I like that food truck.
Yeah,
too.
he's great. Yeah, he's really solid. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I think Issa's got to do that for sure.
For sure. I think I'll talk to him about it. I think that'd be good.
When are you guys looking at?
I'm really not sure. It was supposed to be, I think, fucking July 1st that we were moved in, and here we are, like, almost October.
No, because I remember I was talking to him, and I was like, you doing the ADCC, Phoenix? And he was like, well, I was planning on it, but
the timing of everything.
Everything's fucked up right now.
And he wasn't even getting good training, and he's ended up being like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah. Who's the guy? And he did the weight class above what he usually does.
Yeah, well, I think that's might be his like new weight class because he just like he's very disciplined.
You get a little thick, boyish.
He's getting a little thick, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's strong as fuck at my weight class.
Dude, he's strong as fuck. You grab him, it feels like grabbing like wood.
Yeah.
Like I try to snap him down, it feels like trying to snap down a statue. It's
So,
like just doesn't move.
He says like there's few guys that have that. The guy we both lost to at the EBI qualifier, Omer Emanali.
Okay.
The Israeli kid, he's really fucking good.
Okay, yeah.
He just moved up to 88 too, so I was like, clear him out, get him out of my way. I don't want to do it. Like, again, he ripped my ankle off, but yeah, he's got the same kind of like frame style as Issa.
Yeah.
Or like he can like bounce between the two. Like I'm too small for the next weight class.
Yeah.
Unless I like really put on some size.
Exactly.
Lifting always fucks my body up, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like naturally sort of like thick, but at the same time I'm 5'9". I shouldn't be doing the 182. No,
I think I profile so well for 77 kilos.
Yeah, me as well. Because to be honest, like it takes discipline with my diet to get there. But at the end of the day, it's not like I really don't have to do any sort of drastic water cut or anything like that. Although this last time for ADCC Chicago, me and my girl, like on Monday, with like, the competition's on Saturday, the Monday before, my weight's great. We're doing good. We go get sushi. It's going to be my one meal for the day. It was like Labor Day or something. So we train in the morning. It was going to be my one deal afterwards. We come home, get stoned. It's like a couple hours go by. I'm starving again. I'm like, babe, let's go get sushi again. We go, sticky buns, fucking.
It's stuck to you.
Yeah, all sorts of shit. And then I gained like 8 pounds that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so that set me back a ton. So
It's probably the sodium from the soy sauce too.
All of it. Yeah.
Eel-
Well,
the
I
eel
honestly,
sauce.
yeah, I eat a ton of salt. Like no matter what, I salt the shit out
Okay.
of my food, and so that's like part of my normal diet. But I just ate so much fucking food, and then like so going into Chicago, like I was even keeping a very strict diet that whole week leading up. I think even Wednesday I didn't even eat. On Friday, I was like still pretty close, and I wasn't sure. I think I woke up like 171, and I had to make 168 and a half. And then that day, I still like I drank coffee at like 2 or 3 different places, plus oat milk with like lattes and all this, because I was gonna do hot yoga. Yeah, I fucking love yoga. I don't know if have you ever tried yoga?
I need to do it, dude.
Dude, we'll talk about that more. But like
Yeah.
we signed up for 2 classes in a row because I knew I'll sweat out a ton. I'll do a class all day. I'll do a 90-minute class. I did 2 50-minute classes in a row, and like afterwards, like that was like maybe like sort of an intense water cut because it was by the end of it, I felt like such shit. Like I felt horrible, and I thought in my head I was thinking I maybe gained a couple pounds. I was like 173, and I can lose 5 or 7 pounds in like just a jiu-jitsu class. I sweat so much. I'm just like a sweaty motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember last time we trained at Tim's, it was
Dude,
like a
just
slip
pouring.
and slide. It was
Yeah,
like the
I'm
last
just-
round too.
it's-
Like
it's
everybody's sitting
ridiculous.
watching us, and we're just like all over the place.
It's
I think at
ridiculous.
one point in time, I like tried to like jump over you, and I like hit an oil slick.
I tell people I'm like setting up
I'm
like
jealous,
banana
dude.
peels.
I don't sweat.
Yeah.
I do not fucking sweat.
You say you're jealous until you're actually the sweatiest guy in the
Yeah.
gym, and then you're like,
It's nice for weight cutting though.
yeah, I guess, yeah. But so I fucking sweat my balls off. I actually weigh in at like 75 kilos, so like 163 pounds. I like way overcorrected. Yeah, and I felt horrible, but that was the only time I've done like a legit like water cut. I typically don't
Do you
do
think
that.
that's just like inexperience for cutting weight?
Kind of, yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the time I try to just do it so I could just keep a healthy diet, keep like a strict diet leading up, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to do any sort of water cut.
Dude, I've been doing it for so long, man. Like I literally can just like, I don't know how it is. My body just adjusts and makes the weight.
Yeah,
And I think like I make little adjustments here and there, but like I know exactly what to do, like how much I should be eating or like
You've
when
got
I
it
need to
dialed in.
Dude, I got it dialed. But
Yeah.
for the ADCC Dallas, so during that time, my body was doing well and I was like lifting regularly. I got super jacked.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, lifting weights and stuff.
Yeah, I got up to
Getting
like the
after it?
182.
Oh, wow, huh?
Probably like the biggest I ever been. I had a lot of muscle on. I felt really good. That's where I want to stay. It's hard
Yeah,
to stay
like
there. though.
182.
Yeah.
Huh? Maybe you gotta start juicing.
But I fucking had a hard time making weight for Dallas. I was in the
okay.
sauna at like 11
What weight
p.m.
did you
the
have to
night
make?
before I competed because I had to weigh in the day of because of the way my flight worked out. Like I set my flight up like way before, not even thinking about day before weigh-ins.
Ah, fuck.
Because for the trials last year, it was day of weigh-ins. So
Oh.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But they did day before, so I had to weigh in the morning of. But like the Monday before the tournament, I was like 180 pounds.
And what do you have to make? 168? Like
Yeah.
77 kilos?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Wow, you did a 12-pound cut?
Yeah.
Wow, that
Which was
fucking
like old
sucks.
school me from like when I used to compete at when I competed at lightweight in gi. Like that was like I was like, damn, this is a throwback.
Yeah.
It sucked, but I was big at that tournament. Like,
Wow.
I was like really like I was probably 180 when I competed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
I felt good.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, like I don't want to cut weight anymore. I usually
Yeah,
like right
me
now
either.
where,
I
where
never
I'm,
like doing it.
and where I'm sitting at right now, I usually weigh like 174. So it's
Yeah.
like
That's a solid like
what
hangout
what is
weight.
the reasoning? I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe I'll just ask Mo when I see him. Why is the opens a different weight class than the trials?
I don't know. Why is that? Well, so like actual ADCC is like
77.
well, yeah, exactly. Actual ADC is 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 99
Right.
plus. The trials or the opens are just like a bunch of half weight classes in between. So
But
maybe
you would
that's
even
why.
think like the two weight classes that are meant to be the same weight class would be the same weight class. Like
you would think they just put
76,
one in the middle of each.
76 and 77. Like,
Yeah.
That doesn't mean a whole lot to some people, but for people that are cutting weight,
Yeah.
that little extra,
It
that
means
sucks.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, why wouldn't you just do like half weights in between all of them? You know, 55 and 66, so do a 60. You know, 66 and 77, so do a 71 or whatever it is. You know, like just halves in between all of them.
And then the weight classes wouldn't be so loaded.
Yeah. 76 is stacked, or 77 is stacked.
dude, in Phoenix, I didn't even like look at the bracket, and then I saw it, and I was like, holy shit! I know a lot of fucking good guys in there.
Yeah.
I pulled out. I only did one the one match, and I pulled out. That's the first time I've ever done that.
You weren't feeling good afterwards?
Dude, like I had the shit going on my shoulder, and I had to compete the next weekend.
Yeah.
At Gustavo's tournament.
Yeah.
So I knew that going into it. Like I have a competition next weekend. I had a good match with a really high level guy, and he ended up getting second. And I lost him in overtime. It was a good match.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a very good match.
It was solid. I really wanted that one. Didn't pull it out, but I just mentally, dude, like lately when I've been competing, I think it's just like I'm not where I want to be, like health wise, and like it's in the back of my head,
maybe affecting you mentally.
And yeah, it's fucking with me a little bit. And then I think I'm just getting in my own head. I mean, I'm should be super candid on the podcast right now. I think I'm in my last 5 matches, like 2 and 3. Or no, I think I'm 1 and 4 in my last 5 matches. I just haven't been having results either.
Yeah.
But I think it's a combination of like not being able to train the way I want, going into tournaments with like, you know, like I can't tell you how many tournaments I've gone into. Like, I mean, the combat jiu-jitsu world's like, I had to get shot up with trigger point injections before that just to be able to compete. So I wasn't like training the way I wanted to leading into it. It's like, how realistic is it to have the results you want when you're not able to, your body's not letting you do the things you want to do. And I think it's just like that prolonged over a long period of time. Yeah. It's like, I always got something going on. And I don't want to be one of those guys that like complains about being injured all the time because everybody deals with injuries. But like, I really put myself through a lot. And I guess like the hardest part about it is I enjoy the grind. It's not work for me. Yeah. It's not anything I'm like, oh, God, I gotta go fucking train. God, I gotta go fucking run. I gotta go lift. I love it. Yeah. Like on my days off from work, I drop my son off at school. I'll go hit the gym, sled work. I'll get a really good, slow, heavy lift in. Get after it. Like I love it. Like get a good pump going. Pick him up from school, do what I got to do as dad. And then in the evenings, I'll go train and I'll get after it hard, you know? Yeah. Or I'll do 2 jiu-jitsus in one day, you know? I love that. Like that's my jam. Like, that's how I want to spend my, like, if somebody's like, oh, what do you do for fun? It's like, oh, I train 3 times a day. Yeah, exactly. Like, I love training. Yeah. And I love working hard. So it's like, I go on vacation, I bring a gi or my no-gi stuff. Like, I'm on vacation. Like, I was at Brendan's bachelor party. We were in San Diego for 4 days. And, like, everyone's just there to get hammered, right? It was a great time. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. Yeah. But, like, you know, it's a lot of jiu-jitsu guys going. So, like, I conned all the guys into going to 10th Planet Oceanside. And then they're, like, after one day, we're all hungover as shit. Yeah. But I was like, I'm training. Yeah. And then the next day, I was like, all right, guys, I'm going back. Who's going? They're like, no. I was like, well, I'm going back. Because this is, like, what I want to do when I'm on vacation. Like, I want to train. I want to go. Me as well. I don't like missing days, you know, which is a detriment to me, too, because I push myself too hard. At work, I'll randomly just get the itch to do a 9 p.m. assault bike workout or, you know, do something. Like I do 2 days at work too. Yeah. So I love the grind, but my body doesn't. And I think that's a big issue of like what I'm dealing with now because I know what it takes to win at a high level. I've been around guys. I've competed at a high level. I've won at a high level, you know. I know what it takes to be good at a high level. And it's like, if my body's not able to sustain that, then I'm not going to be able to do it, right? So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Another shout out to Greg for keeping me able to do that stuff. So. Yeah, Greg is the amount of money I spent on my body in a year is probably pretty embarrassing. Between like, you know, luckily I've been sponsored by physical therapy offices from 2011, 12. Yeah, I was sponsored by OS. Oh, nice. For like 7 years. OS Physical Therapy. Yeah. And then are they still around? No, they shut down. Oh, okay. And then I had like a little limbo stage before Greg popped open where I didn't have anybody. Yeah. But when Greg opened up, he picked me up and I've been with him. And that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's huge. And then, you know, I get massage and then I go to like a pain specialist place for like trigger point injections and like where I'm getting my PRP now. And stuff nice. Like that. So, you know who also would be another great resource for you is Joanna out of, you know, I'm not sure what her company name is. I should fucking know, but she's fantastic. She was one of the sponsors at the Buttersmooth Fight Club.
She's super legit. Like she'll just what they do is like fascial stretch therapy.
Yes.
So it's basically like normal stretching is like stretching all the muscles. Like their goal is to stretch your fascia. And it's essentially like sort of like a massage. You lay on a massage table and like she like stretches you.
It was out of the place that you held the event at.
So they teach their system out of that place. That's like what that place is. It's called Stretch to Win Institute. They teach this fascial stretch therapy, which like Anne, who's the like lead there, like she created, and Joanna is one of their top students. She was one of their teachers because they conduct these classes with like 40 or so people, and there'll be Chris and Anne who are the leads, and then maybe 3 or so also teachers that like help people. And like Joanna was one of their top teachers for a long time. Now she's got her own practice and she stretches people. She's fantastic. Like one thing that I've noticed is that like physical therapy and the FST like are both great for different things. It depends on like what stage along the injury like you are, and both things have their benefits or maybe will help you more depending on what stage you're at. And so she's been fantastic. I'd be happy to connect you to her. She's legit.
Yeah, when I was there, Greg was actually telling me to look into it when I was at the event. So.
She was doing like free 15-minute like stretches. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm open to anything, dude.
Nice. Yeah, I'll pass you her number.
Just trying to like wring out this little last bit I got.
Exactly.
Because I have goals I haven't accomplished yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
gotta fucking get after it.
Man, I know.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I still got some time left.
Yeah.
I still got it.
Still young, baby.
Yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, a lot of it's still mental. I think that's like one of the biggest challenges, like overcoming mental challenges or overcoming mental predispositions. It's like sort of like when you like go into a match and you get down on points right away. A lot of it's like the fucking mental game in your own head of like overcoming that.
And I forget too, because you look back on like your body at work as a whole, you don't remember necessarily like the little things. You just remember like the outcomes, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember, coming up, blue, purple, brown, I was always hurt. Mm-hmm. I was always hurt.
Yeah.
And I still meet at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think like I'm due for like a redemption arc at this point, because I've had these points in my jiu-jitsu career before where like I'm not getting results, and then on the other end of that is like the biggest result I ever had.
Yeah,
that's happened so many times where it's like, fuck, I haven't won, I'm fucking losing, fuck, this sucks, dude. I need to go train somewhere else, and then like all of a sudden, boom, best results I've ever had. So.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going through that a little bit right now. Like this year started as like I started like the first 3 months at like 7-1 in competition. So real successful. I won like 2 golds in different things, and plus like I won a super fight. And then I fucking tore my groin. And since then I've won like 1 out of 5 matches. And
you fought some good guys though. Yeah. I know you fought Derek Rayfield. Yeah. I didn't see the match, but
oh, that's that guy that was it that like BMAC interviewed that he was like he said something. I don't know the guy's name, but I think I know who you're talking about. It was like my second match.
The 10th Planet guy.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, no, he's solid.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like maybe a misunderstanding of the rule set too.
Do you remember when he got chippy with Issa at the trials?
So, okay, yeah, I never saw it, but I remember that happened.
Yeah, that was a kid.
Okay, huh.
I've been on a few shows as him. I've always wanted to fight him. I don't think he's that bad of a dude. I just think when he competes, he's kind of like, I know he lost to the Dorsey kid that I lost to. He lost to him too, and like he like slapped him. At the end
really?
Of it. Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
I feel like every time he competes, he like almost gets
in a fight.
But like I've always kind of been a chippy guy too, so I'm not gonna judge anybody.
Yeah.
Dude, can I shut this fan off?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, shut it off.
I'm freezing my ass off.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good, dude. I'm a wimp when it comes to that. I see him compete, and like I know a lot of people get like frustrated, like, oh, that guy's a fucking dick, isn't that? It's like, bro, we're all trying to fucking win, bro. Like,
I like a little healthy.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. I don't care about that, dude. Like, whatever, man.
Yeah,
I've slapped people mid-match before. It's what's gonna happen. Like, they're trying to kill you. You're trying to kill them.
Yeah, we're not sewing over here. This is fucking. It's a combat sport.
Get after it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got a little attitude too, that'll take you a long ways. Like I know definitely. Like I was branded in like fight to win at brown belt and like beginning of black belt. Like I think I've done like 14 fight to wins.
Oh, nice.
Out of state too.
That's
but like
cool.
I know a lot of that was like my style, and like I'm like in your face. You know?
That's cool.
So that's kind of like how I branded myself in jiu-jitsu from early on. It's like the villain role.
Nice.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys are always just like, Aaron's scary, or Aaron's a dick, Aaron's
Yeah.
this and that. It's like, that's not me, who I am, like deep down. But like,
that is what's funny. Like you are like an absolute sweetheart. Like you're a really good friend of mine, and like you're a sweet guy. Like every time I see you, but I think it's maybe you kind of got like that resting bitch face or something.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
People think you're a dick for some reason, and I don't think you're a sweet guy.
I just am intense when I train, and I'm intense when I compete.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to apologize for that. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, that's just me. Like some guys, like Jake Watson, who's like one of the best, you know, was one of the best jiu-jitsu guys out of Arizona for a long time. Really was the best guy in Arizona for a long time. He's the nicest guy in the world. And he's like talking to his opponents in the bullpen, and they're shaking hands and hugging each other. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. I come from a different culture.
Yeah.
I don't look at my opponent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like.
Me either. I don't like talking before
Afterwards,
the thing.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
But
me
like
as
that's wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you ever watch like a college wrestling match? They get done, they like slap the other guy's hand and run off the mat.
Yeah.
It's not being a poor sport. It's just like, it's just two different worlds. So
Yeah.
that's what I come from. So I don't come from like the jiu-jitsu buddy.
Yeah.
You know, let's jerk each other off in the bullpen. I come from a different culture, and it's fine. And there's a place for both of them. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
neither is wrong or right. It's like whatever is you.
Yeah.
And that's like one thing that, like, you know, it's the most cringy when people are forcing it either way.
Right.
It's like you're either trying to be a nice guy when you're really like not, or you're just like trying to put on this character when you're really not. It's like whatever is you is what you should be doing.
Yeah. And I think that's huge. Just be yourself, right?
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of guys that kind of just, I think maybe like imitate people, or like they don't know who
Try
they
to put
are
on a
deep
persona.
down.
Yeah.
And like, you know.
And there is like maybe some discovery phase in that too. Like you got to like maybe try on different things, but at the end of the day, you got to like come from a point of like follow your intuition.
Right. And like if you just started jiu-jitsu when you were like 19 or 20 and you're competing and you're trying to figure out who you are now, it might take you a few years to figure out like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I do. But like, I already came into jiu-jitsu with like, I've been doing this.
You can be competing for
I've
a
been
while.
competing. I know what I'm doing. Like, this is who I am.
Nice.
So, yeah, I don't think it's wrong either way.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. All right. Well, awesome, bro. We've done like almost 2 hours.
Cool.
It's a little late in the night. I've got like some stuff to do, but
No, I do too.
yeah. Well, dude, I very much appreciate you coming on tonight, and you're the fucking man. Thank you. I'd love to have you on again.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it again. We should do like a round table style thing with like a bunch of the boys.
Dude, I love that. Yeah.
I don't know how many mics you got, but
I've got 4. I've got it set up for 4. Yeah, the only thing is the way this thing is set up. Like I've only done one with 3 people on, like 2 on that side. This camera over here gets shit on because this whole boom is in the way. So I'll have to figure it out. But I've got the fucking material for 4, so we got to send it doing that sometime.
dude, we should watch like a big jiu-jitsu event and have all the boys.
I'd be down. Yeah, that's the thing too. I got to get a TV in here or something.
Yeah.
Got to get a Jamie. My
Yeah.
girl's down to be Jamie.
She can be Jamie. For sure, we'll do
She'd
it.
be
dude.
great at it.
It'll be dope. For sure.
Yeah. Well, awesome, bro. Thank you very much. Appreciate you
man.
having you.
Thank you.
Well, so you want to like shout out like your Instagram or anywhere people can find you? Something
Yeah,
like that?
I'm at Aaron Wilson BJJ on Instagram. I don't post like a lot of techniques or anything, but I just post what's going on in my life, and then like usually like little like highlights of my competition, and then I'll just shout out my sponsors. I got Agro Brand. I've been with them now for like 12 years. People in Arizona know that's like the brand in Arizona, so check them out at the tournaments. Control Physical Therapy. Greg's the man. We've talked about him a lot. And then we got Mobile IV Nurses is a new sponsor I picked up, an IV company. Johnny Weber runs a portion of that, and he's been supporting me lately. So shout out to Mobile IV Nurses. And am I forgetting somebody? No, I think I'm good. I think those are my sponsors. So
Look out for my boy Aaron in Gilbert area. If you want to train jiu-jitsu, he's going to be having a sick gym coming online soon.
yes, sir. Yes,
All right.
sir.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
brother.
man.